Hello to everyone. I am Professor Raja, working as Assistant Professor, EC Department, SNS College of Technology and Autonomous Institution, Coimbatore. In this YouTube video, I am going to discuss about 23 ECET 212 Linear Control System subject under the Unit 4 Control System Modeling for the topic Modeling of Electric Systems. So based on my previous YouTube video, if you watch means you have the knowledge about what is in by control system, how these control systems are classified and how these control systems are implemented in real-time applications. Now I am going to discuss about modeling of electric systems. So this PPT will consist of, the outline of this PPT is review about previous classes, types of systems, dynamic systems, way to study a system, model and its needs, types, activity, modeling of electrical systems, that is resistor, inductor and capacitor, VI and IV relations, that is voltage and current and voltage relationships. Some examples are going to be discussed and the summary of all these topics. Now we are switch on to the current content. So students, previous class we discussed about what is in by a system. A system is consist of an input as well as this output. That already we are completed on the last class. Now we are going to see what is the types of system. Systems are classified into two types. One is static system, another one is the dynamic system. If a system doesn't change with time, it is called a static system. That is, it is the permanent or it is the rigid one. Next one is the dynamic system. If a system changes with the time, it is called dynamic system. This is a variable or this is the movable system. So in general, a system is classified on two types. One is called static system and another one is called dynamic system. Now we see a small example of a moving mass media. A system is said to be dynamic if its current output may depend on the past history as well as the present value of the input variables. If you see, this can be mathematically written as y of t is equal to, mathematically it is written as y of t is equal to psi of u of tau, 0 within limit of tau, limit to t, where u is the input and t is the time period. And this model can be calculated by the force is equal to mass into acceleration. Next, how we to study a system. So first, a system is written based on experiment with actual system, experiment with the model of a system. And this experimental with a model of system can be further classified into two types. One is called physical model, another one is called mathematical model. Further, this mathematical model can be classified into analytical solutions and simulations. Then this simulation can be further divided into frequency domain, time domain and hybrid domain. These frequency and time domain you can study on the next two subjects called electromagnetic field theory as well as digital signal processing. Now this is the way how we are going to study a system. A system can be classified into two types. One is called the experiment with actual system, experiment with the model of a system. So what is actual and what is the model one? Next, the model can be divided into physical as well as the mathematical system. When we are going to mathematical, either we want to do a normal analytical solution or by do a simulation of process. This simulation of process can be further divided into three types. One is called frequency domain, second one is called time domain and the last one is called the hybrid domain. Then we have further classified into a model for the definition. A model is a simplified representation or abstraction of reality. Reality is generally too complex to model exactly. A set of mathematical equations, that is a differential equations that describes the input or output behavior of a system. This is called a model. What is a model used for? So we can use this model for simulation, prediction or forecasting, prognostics or diagnostics, design or to evaluate the performance and to find the control system design. So there are three types of models are there. One is black model, another one is the gray box model, then last one is the white box model. So depend upon the application, this can be calculated as black box, gray box or white box. So on the next YouTube video, I am going to detailedly discuss about how this white box, black box and gray box model are going to be implemented. Thank you for watching my video. Kindly subscribe my channel.